The SRX series is about to enter its third year, and if I had to grade it so far, I'll give it about a B-. I enjoy what I've seen so far from SRX, but the series has so much more room for improvement, and in this video I'm going to talk about the changes and drivers I want to see for 2023. Before I get into that though, the news came out recently that SRX would be shifting its coverage from CBS to ESPN and would be part of Thursday Night Thunder, which is something ESPN had back in the day, and they're bringing it back. I'm 50-50 about the move to ESPN. It's on cable now, and well, a lot of people don't got cable still in the year 2023. So in terms of TV ratings, I don't know how that's going to fare for them. On the bright side, ESPN most likely will bring better quality broadcast than what CBS had. Instead of Saturday night races for SRX, it will be taking place on Thursday nights, and this makes it better for drivers that want to participate in SRX. This definitely opens up the door for many drivers across motorsports to run in SRX in 2023. Alright, on to the changes I want to see for SRX in 2023. First, I think the field needs to be expanded to 16 cars. This opens up more seats, and that's obviously a plus. Also, with a larger field, it increases the chances of leaders running into lap traffic, which is an obstacle the leaders will have to overcome, and it spices up the race. The schedule needs to expand as well, but not by much, 8 races instead of 6. You definitely don't want to oversaturate the schedule, but with the way it's been so far, I feel like the season ends a little too quickly. 8 races is hitting the sweet spot. One of the most annoying things about the SRX series at the moment is the fun flag. Fake cautions that get thrown out throughout the heat races and the main event. I absolutely hate it. I hate stage cautions in NASCAR, I hate this as well. And it's worse in SRX because they just throw it at random periods of the race. Yes, there's cautions for wrecks, but you know majority of the cautions that come out in this series is bullshit cautions. It's to clearly bunch up the field. Whenever the field gets too strung out, that's when they throw the caution. I just want races to play out. I've never been a fan of fake cautions and never will be. The fun flag needs to go away, period. Everything else is fine. I like the formats for the races. I like the points format. None of that stuff I have an issue with. Now it's time to list off some drivers that I want to see in the SRX car. The 5 drivers I'm about to list are well-known legendary drivers across motorsports. Most of these guys will draw in sold-out crowds, and hell, maybe convince people to get ESPN if they don't have it, just to see these guys race. The first driver is Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jr. was NASCAR's most popular driver from 2003 to 2017 and is a huge ambassador for not just NASCAR but grassroots racing. That's what the SRX series is. Let's be real, Jr. is responsible for reviving North Wilkesboro. He's the one that pushed for the track to be revived, and it got done. Jr. also puts asses in seats. If Dale Earnhardt Jr. was to enter an SRX race, without a doubt that race would be sold out wherever he races at. The second driver on this list is Jeff Gordon, the guy that brought NASCAR into the mainstream in the late 90s. Gordon usually doesn't get behind the wheel that much nowadays, which is unfortunate because it's a lot of people out there that still wants to see him race, even with him being well past his prime. Jeff Gordon is a huge name across motorsports. I don't think Gordon will struggle either. A SRX car drives like a cup car from 15 years ago. That sounds like it's right up Jeff Gordon's alley. If he enters an SRX race, people are going to try their best to tune in. Next on the list is Lewis Hamilton, the most accomplished Formula 1 driver. Over 100 wins and 7 championships. We know Lewis Hamilton is one of the best to sit in a Formula 1 car, but I think a lot of fans, including myself, wants to see him drive something that's outside of his comfort zone. Why not hop into an SRX car and see if he can have success in a totally different type of vehicle? I definitely want to see this happen. Fourth on the list, Scott Dixon, one of the most successful IndyCar drivers and still hasn't slowed down as of recent. Scott Dixon is already a proven versatile driver. Why not add SRX to his impressive resume? He's an IndyCar champion, an Indy 500 champion, a Rolex 24 winner. Would love to see if he can add SRX winner to his list of accomplishments. And last on the list is Marcus Ambrose. Marcus Ambrose is notorious for driving heavy vehicles that have a ton of horsepower underneath the hood. He drove V8 supercars early in his racing career, and then he drove a NASCAR stock car afterwards. He proved to be one of the best to drive a heavy machinery that has a ton of horsepower at road courses. He won 2 championships over at V8 Supercars, and they raced at nothing but road courses. And then when he came over to NASCAR, he was instantly the favorite at road courses when NASCAR would go to those type of tracks. Now I get it, SRX doesn't have road courses, but Marcus Ambrose can hustle the crap out of a car no matter where he's racing at. He'll most likely do the same with an SRX car. Plus, Marcus Ambrose has a strong following over at Australia. Don't be surprised if he was to enter an SRX race. People from over Australia would come over to America to see him race. Those are 5 big names in motorsports that would generate a ton of hype if they ran an SRX race. I highly doubt they would get all 5 of these guys on board, but if they could get at least 2, that would still be a big deal. I think if I had to select 2 drivers from that list that I just named, it would be Earnhardt Jr. and Lewis Hamilton. That's just me though. A few other names I would like to see that aren't big of stars is guys like Warburton, Alexander Rossi, and dare I say, Carl Edwards, but I doubt if we will ever see Carl Edwards back behind the wheel of a race car. Those are just some changes in drivers I want to see when it comes to the upcoming 2023 SRX season. I don't think I asked for much, and everything I listed for the most part seems pretty realistic. So what are y'all thoughts? What's y'all expectations for the 2023 SRX season? Do you like the move to ESPN? What changes in drivers would you like to see in SRX? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and roll up out of here. Hope y'all have a good one. Peace.